Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title in today's video, now that I hit Legend and gained the plus 10 badge in each category on every player, we're here to re-rank all of my builds 1 through 5. Obviously every build gains the same amount of badges, but what we're here to talk about is the ones that severely improve the most. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try to get 1 to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away the ranks right now. If you don't want that to be spoiled, check out the pinned comment. I'm going to tell you what time to skip to and pause the video right now so you hear nothing else. But for those of you who do want to hear, we're going to get straight into this. So what I actually did is I sorted them all out already, so you can see from number 1 and number 5 I already have them ranked. Finisher number 1, facilitating finisher number 2, slasher number 3, paint beast, which is the pure rim, number 4, and then two-way finisher number 5. So because we play a completely trash game where a facilitating finisher could literally be 8 different pie charts, I'm going to go ahead and explain this for anybody who's new to the channel or isn't familiar with all my builds. So at number 1 we have the 6'9" slash and defense pie chart. Number 2, 6'9" slash and playmaking pie chart. Number 3, 6'8" pure slasher. I know for anybody who's new to the channel, you're like, bro, really three slashing variants at the top. But coming at number 4 is the 6'10" pure rim. And then at number 5, unfortunately, we have little big man, 6'5" pure lock as well, where these are circumstantial things. I didn't upgrade my 3-pointer. This is unfortunately 39. And, you know, 11 shooting badges is nice, but with 39 3-pointer, it's probably going to be not as useful as I would say the finisher is, where I have 54 3-pointer and 11 shooting badges. But anyway, we're going to go break these down one by one. We're going to start number 5, go to number 1. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. One little disclaimer that I have as well is I have an undetermined build right here. I made this specifically for hitting Legend. Pass first wing, it's a 6'7" play lock. I had 5 shooting badges, which means 15, and I just built it the right way that I felt it would be at Legend. So we'll talk about this in another date where maybe I have a gameplay. So we're going to get right along with the list. We're going to give a brief description on every build. You can see this is the two-way finisher. Like I said, coming in at number 5, we have the pure lock. So to kind of talk about the problems that I did with this build, you can see it just out the gate. 39 3-pointer, 38 mid-range. It's very one-sided. Like I said, it was meant to just be kind of like, oh well, who cares about shooting, right? But when you hit Legend and you are literally gifted 11 shooting badges, that's when it becomes a little more complicated, and it's a problem that I have 39 3-pointers. So is this still a good build by all measures of like comparing it to other people's builds? Absolutely. I mean, to have 40 defense, 19 playmaking, 26 finishing is crazy. But like I said, that 3-pointer would have been so much more valuable if I just spent literally 15 attribute points into 3-pointer. It would have been beautiful to have around 54, 53 3-pointer with this build, while maybe just sacrificing a little bit of pass accuracy or a little bit of close shot, something like that. Anyway, so just explain what this build's gonna be good for. With all this said, I think it's still gonna be a solid 1v1 build. It's gonna be super fun to run little big man on the 1v1 court, where I can literally use every possible thing that I think I could ever even imagine to. Like, for instance, I could take brick wall and pick dodger off completely for the 1v1 court. This is me just kind of showcasing what it's gonna be good for in all types of situations. So you guys know me personally, I don't really value box and rebound chaser that highly, but with 40 defensive badges or even 31 like on the finisher, you're gonna see I'll probably maybe value it a little bit more as I deem things like pickpocket maybe not as useful, or things like defensive leader maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But long story short, this build is gonna be able to do everything on defense, as well as set screens, play anything I want it to as far as backcourt, big man. And y'all know, don't sleep on the little big man if you haven't watched the videos, bro. Just because he's 6'5", it doesn't mean I can't guard the bigs. Anyway, playmaking wise, it does get dimer, floor general, and quick first step, where I did only have 9 instead of 19. So really what I was only able to do was just rock out with quick first step, floor general, and dimer. I couldn't have things like downhill, bailout, needle threader, unpluckable. Obviously it depends on what I'm playing. If I'm playing 2s, I don't need any downhill. For 3s, obviously I'd kind of want it, but I'd probably swap just straight up like this if we're talking from 2s, and then this is for 3s right here. But anyway, moving along to the shooting, like I said, I'm probably just going to be planning on doing corner spot ups. When it comes to the finisher and stuff, you're going to see I actually value the range extender on gold. Same with the pure slasher and the play slash as well. But personally, with this pure lock, I think all this dude's going to be able to do is maybe have hot zones in the corner, have hot zone hunter on, specifically shoot from the corner, no wing game involved, anything like that. I just feel like it's too low of a 3-pointer to be doing anything other than that with. And then as far as the finishing goes, they are all on gold, but obviously you can see every single badge that is possibly like even useful for me is all used. So we got acrobat, lob finisher, slithery, fancy, consistent, contact, giant, and gold relentless. And then we have silver pro touch. So personally, I don't think there's another finishing badge on here that you can deem useful. As far as the slasher goes, I'm not gonna use back down punisher, hooks, drop step, pick and roller. Yes, I do pick and roll, but I just feel like the badge is trash. I might even test out teardropper. But anyway, that's the little big man right there. Like I said, this is number 5 on my list. I just don't know if it's going to be all that useful, and I mean, it is going to be useful, but I don't know if it's significantly more useful than all my other builds that I'm going to list above this. So anyway, we'll get straight to those. Coming to number 4, we got the Paint Beast, aka the Pure Rim. This one's a little more circumstantial. You can see the only reason I have this rated higher than Little Big Man is because I upgraded my 3-pointer. This goes to 52 when I hit 99.9. As well, being 99.9, I'll have 85 driving dunk, which gives the contact dunks. Being 98 overall gives me the long athlete package. I just feel like this one I might be sleeping on because I haven't tested this at its best ability. You can see the speed and, you know, vertical, especially the strength, is going to be really good when it comes to being the right overall. I just feel like at 6'10", I probably made this a little too tall. I only made this for tournament regulations where they don't let you bring anybody at the 3 in stage as far as 3v3 goes that's below 6'10". So I made this 6'10" on the dot, and I just feel like it's not the best build overall. Height is very overrated when it comes to that big man stuff. But anyway, the point being, I upgraded ball handling, I upgraded 3-pointer, so that at least gives this build potential to be really good when it comes to being a legend. You can see the defense is just ridiculous. I mean, it's going to have 99 block, O-board, D-board. I actually, it's kind of funny, I won't have max interior D, but obviously that's all circumstantial just based on weight and wingspan and whatnot. But I'm not going to talk about this build too much. I'm just going to go ahead and like overview the badges because I don't really like this one as much as the Pure Lock. It's just, like I said, upgrading 3-point rating gave me the ability to, you know, have this build be pretty versatile when it comes to being legend. So quick first step, obviously gonna be nice to have, even though I wasn't able to get it because I only had 1 playmaking badge in the first place. 40 defense, we got 10 Hall of Fames. I mean, you can see it's just crazy. Like clamps, D-leader, chase down, brick wall, box, interceptor, intimidator, pogo, rim, rebound chaser. It's wild, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I think I'm sleeping on this build a little bit, and I gotta give it its due diligence and time to at least build as far as having a higher overall. And like I said, I made this for tournament regulation. This, for all I know, could be my pro-am build that I'm gonna be using, but we'll see. I'm kind of lobbying for the finisher right now, at least, and then I also do want to test out that 6-7 play lock. So speaking of which, we're gonna go ahead and switch to another build, which is the Pure Slash at number 3. So right here we got the rep farmer himself, where with the Pure Blue, obviously it was easy for me to catch lobs, get really good rep for doing that, get contact dunks, you know, run with just anybody literally and just catch flashy passes, get my takeover, get contact dunks, acrobatic layups. It was good for the 1v1 court as well. Pretty much what I'm saying is this build was really good for getting rep, but now that I'm at legend, rep doesn't really matter, obviously. Now, the problem that I had with this build, and if I could redo anything about it as far as hitting legend, I would probably not value things like post fade and post move so much, where it was just to get the badges themselves, where I would probably put it more into perimeter defense and steal. I feel like when it comes to defensive attributes, you just want every one of these things. Like the attributes themselves, there's no bad defensive attribute. There's nothing that is devalued. Like steal is very good to have. It's good for passing lanes. Obviously, I want offensive rebound. I'm a slasher. Like obviously, I want to try to get my own overboards when off my own misses, but also if I pass out to my teammate, because I'm clearly going to be isoing for the most part. Regardless, you get the deal. Pretty much what I'm saying is I wish I valued some things as far as like defensive attributes over offensive, but you can see, I mean, it's an offensive scoring machine. The problem with it, however, is I do have 53 3-pointer. That's why the build that's right above this one is definitely more valued when it comes to the actual competence rather than this one, but we'll get to the badges. So with the Pure Slash, I still only have 31 finishing. I'm glad I made it this way because to have 40 finishing would just be so overkill. Like I feel like 31 alone is just too much, where you can see I have Hall of Fame on Acrobat, Lob Finisher, Slithery, Relentless, Giant Slayer, Fancy, Consistent, Contact. I mean, the only thing I could possibly think of putting higher is literally Pro Touch, or maybe some back down Punisher, depending on like how I play with this build. I think Putback Boss maybe could be useful. I'll probably just find a way to throw it on Bronze, test out some putback dunks. I literally have not got a putback dunk all year, playing inside big and slasher all year. Crazy, bro, crazy. But anyway, for the shooting, we got catch and shoot, clutch shooter, corner specialist, green machine, hot start, hot zone hunter, range extender, quick draw. Pretty much as y'all have seen with this build, I did a video on the power of Dimer in 2K20. I was shooting like literally shots from the hash consistently during beats, dime time, the treasure hunters events and stuff like that, just all over the place. Pretty much what I'm saying is I did that with gold range extender, I think gold catch and shoot, bronze clutch shooter, bronze corner, and then like silver quick draw. So now pretty much what I'm doing is I'm upgrading the clutch shooter and corner a little bit, and then adding silver green machine, gold hot start, gold hot zone hunter, and pretty much I just feel like there's really no reason for me to run anything other than this. I will say though, it is very hard to maintain hot zones on a pure slasher where you're going to be seeing me do a whole lot of dunking, and really it just clears my hot zones out really quickly. It really adds up when I'm just doing my ISO stuff on the 1v1 court, and you know, even on the 2s. But anyway, as far as playmaking goes, I want to address tight handles because you're going to see it on all types of my builds. Pretty much, I've seen tight handles activate on my hop dunks, and I'm just like testing this out as far as like theories go. If this is completely useless, I'll probably just literally do this exactly. And that gold ankle breaker is be nice to carry, honestly, for the half spins, snatchbacks, all types of stuff like that. Obviously, I'll know with the space creator, you're breaking ankles on that. We got bailout with needle threader on gold. Downhill, honestly, if I'm playing 2v2, that's probably going to be taken off. This most likely right now will be my 2v2 badge set. Yes, I know downhill activates on 2v2, but I don't really care about checking the ball out to the 3-point line off a rebound. Like, that's not worth 3 badge points. But anyway, this is definitely what I'm going to be rocking as far as 2s goes. I might even use some post spin technician because my post moves are so high. And then for defense, we got box, intimidator, chase down, clamps, pogo, rim, and then bronze rebound chaser. I'm not going to lie, I could flex things around a little bit if I'm running like as a big man and setting screens, and I could add on the brick wall, maybe drop off box to bronze, go back to my no rebound chaser, and then probably just drop clamps 1. Long story short, this build was great for rep farming, but now that my rep race is over, I'm probably not going to use it quite as much, and we're here to talk about why. So the next build is going to be the great example of why I'll probably end up not using this build quite as much. Like I said, at number 2, we got the facilitating finisher, play/pie chart. So to explain this build pretty much, the problem with this one was, and the reason I never used this is because the defense is awful. As you can see, 44 interior defense, 47 perimeter D, 35 steal, and 34 block. The lateral quickness and rebounding ability, as you can see, is pretty high. Now, pretty much the whole thought behind this build was just, it was for fun, right? I didn't want to really care about defense. I was just going to guard corner on D and like kind of do my thing as far as isoing goes on the 3v3 court. What it turned into is more of like a very hard to play on build when it comes to 2s, because obviously with 1 defensive badge, as you can see, it wasn't really the most ideal thing. But to really address the whole attribute thing real quick before we get to the badges, 99 post move, 73 ball control, and 88 pass accuracy. This 73 ball control is massively important. And then, honestly, super important too is 66 3-pointer and 78 mid. And then I still have enough for the contact dunks, long athlete. I obviously have some good close shot and then good standing dunk. I would just put it like this. This is going to be a scoring machine while still being able to play solid defense now, because this 11 defensive badges is going to be massive. I'm talking gold intimidator, gold pogo. This alone, the pogo stick, is super important. I could still play good interior defense. I just had to time my blocks super good, and it was a little aggravating, honestly. And then the other problem is playing perimeter defense with no clamps, but with clamps, what I'll probably even do, to be honest with you, is just take off box and put it on clamps on gold, because this is really relieving to have on. I'm not going to lie. Like, the gold clamps is massive, and I've seen that with my pure slash firsthand. So to get into the playmaking, which is ridiculous in its own as well, where I have, what is that? That's literally 8 Hall of Fames and 1 gold. So almost 9 Hall of Fame playmaking badges. And I mean, you can see, we got ankle breaker, bailout, dimer, handles, floor, quick first step, space creator, unpluckable, and then gold needle threader. What more could you ask for, really? I mean, maybe I'll just take one of these off and put on flashy passer if I'm actually trying to, like, you know, play competently. But I mean, I don't know, bro. I feel like this is going to be such a fun build to play on. Hall of Fame ankle breaker with space creator. Still able to get contact dunks, still able to shoot, and still be able to get, like, you know, solid chase down blocks and play okay defense. I think this is going to be super fun. And then 23 shooting badges is the real kicker here. So we got gold catch and shoot, clutch and shooter. I said clutch and shooter. Green machine, hot zone hunter, range extender. Then silver on quick draw, volume shooter, corner specialist. And then we got bronze deadeye, bronze hot star. I don't really know what more you could ask for when it comes to the whole, like, shooting with low shooting ratings and shooting badges and stuff. 23 I feel like is gonna be perfectly fine, and then 28 finishing I feel like is the nice, like, solid medium between everything, where I can actually, it's not overkill, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care to have things like consistent too high. I don't really care for pro touch. I don't really care for teardropper, even though low-key I might try this out on this build specifically. But you can see, I mean, I got Lob City finisher. Honestly, what I could do with this, because I'm not planning to catch too many lobs, is run something like teardropper or consistent higher or a little bit of pro touch. Either way, I think this build is going to be an absolute scoring machine, and then still be able to play solid defense with those 11 defensive badges. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm definitely looking forward to the content that comes with it, because I wasn't able to use this build very often because of the lack of defense. But now I feel like it should be able to do it, hold its own. I love how I keep on getting crowds, even though I've loaded in and out of the park like 7 times. Anyway, to get to number 1, we're going to switch to that right now. And then coming in number 1 to finish this list off, we got the finisher. I'm really looking forward to showing you guys these attributes and these badges. Honestly, like, the attributes themselves are so well rounded. The 54 3-pointer, 65 ball handling, solid pass accuracy for the speed of the passes. The defense, it doesn't really lack too much anywhere. The perimeter at 79 is really nice. 71 lateral quickness at 6'9". And then the one thing that I do lack is steal. Like I was telling y'all though, I mean, I've made multiple videos talking about if you're not going to hit legend, I'd probably drop the 3-pointer off completely and put it on a steal. But if you are going to hit legend, I wouldn't really recommend make this build any differently. Maybe to drop a little bit of close shot, I suppose, and put that on a steal, because I do think steal is a more important rating than close shot. And even if it means losing a couple finishing badges, it's not the end of the world. But I mean, this is just gonna be so nice. 94 block, chase down artist, obviously Hall of Fame at all times. And I mean, the physicals especially too. 85 speed, 85 strength, 86 vert, along with 30 finishing, 11 shooting, 17 playmaking, and 31 defense. So I think by default, what's going to be really nice is just like, you know, the dual archetypes that I have. So for instance, I have 3 piers. I have a pier slash, a pier lock, and a pier rim. So for them, by default, it's not really as enticing and as awesome when it comes to hitting legend. Whereas with the play slash at number 2, and then with this finisher at number 1, I get the Hall of Fame finishing in defense on this one. I get the Hall of Fame finishing in playmaking on the play slash. It's just, I think these 2 builds are gonna, like, far and above be better than the other ones. But I'm still looking forward to making content with all 5. And then I do have the play lock in the works as well, so that's gonna be a really nice build to work on too. But to get into the badges, same thing. I mean, really, like, this is the right amount of finishing to be perfectly good, where I would even say 28 is like perfect, but 30 is gonna be nice. And then 11 shooting badges. I got gold catch and shoot, bronze clutch shooter, bronze pick and popper. I was testing this out actually, and then bronze hot start with gold range extender, silver quick draw. Believe me, I will take things like pick and popper and probably hot start off and put them on hot zone hunter when I actually do get my hot zones. But for now, obviously, I haven't taken any threes in my last 25 games, so I don't have any hot zones. And then for playmaking, I got bailout, downhill, needle threader, tight handles, quick first step, bronze on space creator, and unpluckable. I've talked enough about my playmaking badges and how I feel about them. Y'all know the deal. I'll flex them around in the right situations. For defense, this is pretty much what I'm gonna be rocking for stage 3s. It's gonna be really nice to actually use pogo and defensive leader now without having to sacrifice anything when it comes to the clamps for switching on to ball handlers. Chase down, obviously, I want for hedge D and for guarding ball. And then intimidator, rim protector, brick wall. I mean, what more can you ask for, bro? This is like the perfect amount in my opinion, and I'm so glad to like see all this stuff. And it is nice for it to all have paid off, but honestly, what I'm looking forward to for the most part is the content. I mean, it is cool that I'm gonna be able to play the game in like a really cool fashion now, and like different than I ever have before, but I am even more looking forward to the content that's going to come with this stuff. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the vid. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this one to 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours like I was saying. And if you made it to the very end of the video, put legend in the comments to show your support that you made it all the way through to the very end. I did not get immortalized, unfortunately. I was a couple days late. I wanted to do this in the right fashion. I was planning to do some like comp games for me hitting legend, but unfortunately they just weren't the most entertaining. I played a post score on 3v3. I never play a post score on stage 3s, literally ever, but I don't know, bro. It is what it is. It wasn't really entertaining gameplay, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. So I don't know if I'm gonna show my legend game. If you want to check it out, there is a legend live stream that you can go tune into that is still on the channel. But I mean, look at these rewards, bro. It's so nice to see all this stuff. I'm not gonna be doing the helicopter. I'm not gonna lie, that's super played out. If I looked up right now, I bet you I could find a helicopter where, you know, there's gonna be the good old glitch where people have their, like, you know, botted helicopters or whatever. But anyway, like I said, if you made it to the very end of the video, put legend in the comments, show your support. Just made it all the way through. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.